Alright, so I'm gonna try to make this the last video. Was gonna do that in the previous one, but forgot to turn off the kerosene heater, which I'm gonna do here in just a second. So the monster is finished. Gonna warm my hands real quick. Gonna shut her down. I like to give it a few minutes while I'm around, just to kind of let it die out good and stuff. So yeah, there we go. Got it killed off, so it'll take a few minutes for it to die off. And I feel like this video here is going to kind of go along with the last couple I've made in a way. And let me just get my notes out here real quick. I'll write down some of these ideas and stuff once in a while. Okay. Yeah, so again, if you haven't watched I believe it's the last two videos. It's kind of like a little, I guess, mini series here. But then again, a lot of these videos are similar topics and stuff like that, updates or talking about normies or NPCs. Kind of seems to be where a lot of things kind of go. But yeah, so I guess kind of the topic and main idea here that I want to bring up is that you didn't miss your chance because you're too late. Everything that you've done up to now is leading to where you are right now, right? I don't know if y'all can hear that. We got some fucking squirrels or something running around upstairs. I'm in an old post office / store that we own, and it's like some windows busted out upstairs and stuff. So you get the squirrels up there hanging out every now and again. It's crazy because it sounds like a person. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's all kind of open, it's always creepy. But yeah. So my point that I'm trying to make here is that yeah, you didn't miss your chance. There's like no shame at all in like, because you may not have been ready. You may not have been like, see if I can get this to light. Like I mentioned in a couple videos ago, I wanted to be a drummer for a band whenever I was younger. And I was going to kind of, I guess in a way, sell myself out because I wanted to just basically join a band, whatever the fuck it was, even if it's something I didn't really give a fuck about. And I was going to use that to kind of leapfrog off into doing my own thing. Well, where I'm at now in life, I have the opportunity to be able to just make my own music, do whatever I want to do, and I don't have to play in something I don't give a fuck about anyways. I don't have to be that guy or whatever, you know? And the opportunity wasn't there before, but it is here now. And you may not be the person then who is capable of doing what you wanted to do, or maybe you didn't even really know what you wanted to do back then, you know, whenever you were younger, but now you do. And you'd be like, damn, if I'd only done this whenever I was at this age. Don't worry about that whole age and stuff like that, because our calendar year is all man-made kind of bullshit anyways. And it's very different than like the lunar cycles and years. So if you're going off the lunar cycles, you're going to be younger, which you are anyways. And you have your whole life to kind of create and do the things that you want to do. And the best thing that you've ever done in life, chances are, you ain't never even fucking done it yet anyways. Because you wouldn't even know that thing or be able to be there in that mind space, or excuse me, head space, or the right state of mind to be able to achieve that at that point, right? I've been on like a huge spiritual journey within myself. Me and my wife have it, you know, kind of together and stuff. And I'm learning so much more. My mind is so much more open about things these days that I would not have been able to even like possibly comprehend or understand whenever I was younger. Even if I was like fucking with like devil, Satan stuff or whatever, whenever I was younger, it was more of like, just a cool wow factor thing, or like, you know, fancy atheism, like Satanism type shit, right? But it's like now I I'm at a place now where I know fully that, you know, demons and stuff like that are like quote unquote supernatural beings that you can actually fuck with and do stuff with, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a legitimate thing. And it's not just a, oh wow, that's cool and hard and edgy type thing, you know? And because back then I didn't even think ghosts or anything was a thing. I thought it was all like superstition bullshit or whatever, you know? Um, so I've grew and I've learned and stuff a lot in these past couple years kind of on that subject. And I've really, again, rediscovered myself, and I wouldn't be able to be in the position that I am now, right? Because one of my biggest regrets is like, I wish that instead of going to college, I would have just worked some bullshit, whatever job, stockpiled bands, then be able to get all this rental stuff set up. Um, and I know for a fact with running some numbers and stuff, and that I would have this all set up by the time that I was 21, which would have been the time that I'd moved out and dropped college and just started working anyways. And then I could have been retired or completely self-employed, however you want to look at it, by then. Now I've got more responsibilities and things like that I've got to do, with more money tied up in other things, just living day to day instead of just, you know, living at parents' house and they pay for, you know, food and bills and stuff like that, you know. And so now it's taking longer, and also the economy sucks more now than it did then. And so I'm going to make a video on the economy here, not today because this is going to be my last one, but some point. I titled it Economy Power Creep. It's probably going to be the title of the video too. But anyways, because I never even knew that this was like an option for me, right? I figured you just had to be like a complete like rich fucker and all this other stuff. Like I never thought this was something I could even do, talking about the rentals and stuff, right? Passive income where I wouldn't have to go and work a job on a daily basis for someone else, right? So I never really started really thinking and trying to sit down to figure this shit out for myself until my daughter was born. I was getting fed up with how everything was kind of going in life and stuff like that, but I was like, excuse me, my neck's hurting, head's hurting, but I was like, it's just the way it is. It's just how it is, you know. I thought I was just going to have to deal with it like everybody else. But I'm not like everybody else. And if you're resonating with any of this stuff, you're not like everybody else either, you know. And you can figure something out to try to get you out of whatever situation you're in that you hate. But I wouldn't have sat down and thought about what in the world I could do for like 6 months and figured out a way out and devised a plan to be able to do this for myself. Had it not been for my daughter being born, and then I told the story in some other videos, but just to run through it real quick, it was after she was born, I had enough time saved up at work. I was working a construction job at the time, where I could take off for like a month, basically, and just spend that time with her, okay? And with her, I was like, man, this is where I want to be. I've got to stay home. I want to be in her life. I want to be here for her. I don't want to be like, you know, because my dad worked basically the same job that I was working at the construction. Daylight to dark. Missed him most of my childhood and stuff like that. If he's around, he's probably sleeping because tired as fuck. Like I get it, you know. But I didn't want that to be like that for her. But I also didn't want her to be like in the poorhouse. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, what can I do? You know, and got a car coming. But it took me forever to kind of devise a plan to figure out what I needed to do to be able to do that. So I wouldn't have been able to achieve what I wanted to achieve. So this is. But I wouldn't have been able to achieve what I wanted to achieve and be achieving what I am achieving and be able to rediscover myself and find myself and search myself. Like everything that I'm doing now whether if it's like fun stuff or something that I deem important or trying to work up to this point to be able to get to where I need to be in life without that instance, without my daughter being born. Because that was really where everything clicked for me. Now, if I could take the knowledge I have now back then, I'd be even better. But I didn't, that wasn't even an option in my head. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, um, whatever has kind of, if anybody's watching this and you're kind of resonating with it, if anybody has anything in like your life where you're like, wow, this is, I'm not meant to do this, or I'm meant to do this, and work towards making those changes happen. It's not going to happen overnight. I've been working on this shit for a couple of years, and coming back, some of these crazies around the road. But anyways, it was wild. But you just have to have something in your life that kind of sparks it, right? I've always said, like, a lot of you are more like spiritual people and stuff like that who's really found themselves. It sounds bad, but a lot of them have went through some type of trauma, like, because that will really make you like dig inside yourself, and you have to kind of, I guess, do the shadow work, even if you don't even know it's shadow work and stuff like that. If you make it through all that and stuff, and it kind of makes you a lot stronger, better of a person, more resilient, and you're more open to other things. It can really kind of open up your eye and stuff like that. So I mean, it sucks that people go through things, but at the same point, like, you have to kind of transmute that, right? Because a lot of your normies, they're not having anything. They're them just going and working their day jobs and being fine and coming home watching Netflix. They're just good. Like, it doesn't matter, right? And but yeah, so um, you didn't miss the opportunity. The opportunity probably wasn't even there. It probably wasn't even an option for you at that point in time. Hindsight's always 2020, long and short of it. But and it's never too late to rediscover yourself and do what you want to do. That's the main point of all this. But yeah, hopefully somebody watched this all the way through. Hope you enjoyed it. But until I'm making some more videos. Like I say, I'm going to end this one here. It's going to be the last one. It's like big wad of videos I'm making. And I'm going to try to go inside and just chill a little bit this evening. Got a few things I'm going to try to work on, but we'll see. Anyways, got a busy day tomorrow. Hope you have a good one.